What if I told you, there exists an animal so intelligent, so emotional, and so mysterious that it can remember faces for years, mourn the loss of family, recognize danger, and survive in some of the harshest places on Earth? Imagine standing in the wild as the sun slowly disappears behind the horizon. The air feels heavy. Birds suddenly stop singing. The trees begin to shake. At first, you hear only silence, and then a deep rumbling sound. Slowly, from the shadows, something enormous appears. Massive ears moving slowly. Giant feet touching the earth like thunder. Eyes calm, but deeply watchful. An elephant. But this is not just another animal story. Because hidden behind its giant body is one of the most emotional and intelligent creatures on Earth. A creature that knows love, fear. Then suddenly, after nearly 2 years of waiting, a baby elephant enters the world. It looks weak, confused, and fragile. Sometimes it cannot even stand properly. But something incredible happens. Within minutes, the baby tries to rise. It falls. Then tries again. Falls again. But elephants do not give up easily. Finally, wobbling and shaking, the baby stands on its feet for the first time. It is the first victory of its life. The family gently touches the baby with their trunks, welcoming it into the herd. From that moment on, the calf is never truly alone. Elephants live in close family groups, led mostly by older females called matriarchs. These older elephants are not chosen because they are strongest, but because they remember. Memory means survival. The matriarch remembers where water hides during terrible droughts. She remembers dangerous places. She remembers migration paths used many years ago. Without her memory, an entire family could die. People often say an elephant never forgets. Surprisingly, that saying is closer to truth than most people realize. Elephants have extraordinary memory. They can recognize voices, remember places, and react to experiences from years before. Imagine surviving in a world where forgetting danger could mean death. In dry seasons, when rivers disappear and the land becomes cracked and empty, the herd depends on the memory of older elephants to find hidden water sources. Sometimes they walk incredible distances just to survive. But elephants are not only intelligent. They are emotional. And perhaps this is what makes them feel strangely familiar to humans. Elephant families are deeply connected. Mothers are incredibly protective of their babies. Young elephants stay close to their mothers for years, learning everything they need to. Babies trip over them, swing them around awkwardly, and sometimes accidentally hit themselves. It looks funny, but slowly they learn. Over time, that trunk becomes one of the most powerful tools in the animal kingdom. An elephant's trunk is extraordinary. It helps them smell, breathe, drink, communicate, grab objects, and even comfort family members. Strong enough to break tree branches, but gentle enough to pick up tiny fruit or softly touch a frightened baby. Elephants can even spray dust on themselves like sunscreen to protect their skin from the harsh heat. Now here is something surprising. Despite their giant size, elephants are mostly peaceful plant eaters. Yet to survive, they must eat enormous amounts of food every day. An adult elephant may eat around 150 kilograms of food daily. Grass, fruit, leaves, bark, roots, and branches become meals. Much of their day is spent searching for food because a body that large needs enormous energy. Sometimes elephants even reshape forests while feeding, knocking down branches and opening paths that other animals later use. But life in the wild is never simple. Drought can turn survival into a nightmare. Rivers dry up. Plants disappear. Families must travel farther and farther searching for food and water. Young calves struggle to keep up. Old elephants become exhausted. And sometimes not everyone survives. Nature can be beautiful, but nature can also be brutally unforgiving. As elephants grow older, life changes. Female elephants usually stay with family for life, helping raise younger calves and protecting the herd. But young males eventually leave. This moment can be difficult. One day, the young bull slowly separates from the group that protected him since birth. Now he must survive mostly alone or among other males. He learns through experience, challenge, and struggle. As males grow older, powerful instincts begin to emerge. Adult males sometimes enter a period called must, where hormones increase dramatically. During this time, males may travel long distances searching for females and compete with rivals. It is nature's way of deciding which elephants are strong enough to pass on their genes. Female elephants choose carefully because the survival of future calves matters. When a female becomes pregnant, another long journey begins. Again, nearly 22 months of carrying new life inside her body. Almost 2 years of waiting, protecting, and surviving before another calf enters the world and the cycle begins again. But elephant life is not only about strength and love. It is also filled with danger. Lions may attack calves if they become separated from the herd. Crocodiles wait near rivers. Infections, injuries, and parasites threaten survival. Drought and starvation can kill even the strongest giant. Sometimes elephants suffer illnesses affecting their feet, digestive systems, or overall health. Because an elephant depends heavily on movement, even an injury can become dangerous. Yet perhaps the most emotional part of elephant life comes much later. Because even giants grow old. As elephants age, their movements become slower. Their skin rougher. Their strength weaker. One hidden problem becomes especially serious: teeth. Elephants depend on giant grinding teeth to crush tough plants. Throughout life, new teeth replace old ones several times. But eventually, the final set wears down. Eating becomes painful. A body once powerful enough to shake the ground begins to weaken. Sometimes older elephants struggle to keep up with the herd. Yet family often stays close. The same elephant who once protected everyone may now depend on others. Life slowly comes full circle. And then comes one of the greatest mysteries of all. Do elephants understand death? Scientists still debate this question, but elephant behavior around death has surprised many people. Sometimes elephants pause beside the bones of another elephant, quietly touching them with their trunks. Sometimes standing silently for long moments. Researchers have seen elephants stay near injured or dead family members longer than expected. Mothers have even been observed staying close to calves that died. Nobody knows exactly what elephants feel, but many believe they experience something similar to grief. For generations, people told stories about secret elephant graveyards, hidden places where old elephants supposedly walked before death. Scientists have never confirmed magical graveyards like the stories suggest. Yet the mystery remains powerful because elephants seem deeply connected to memory, family, and loss. Sadly, today the greatest threat to elephants is not lions, drought, or sickness. It is humans. For many years, elephants were hunted for ivory, their tusks taken while families were destroyed. Habitat loss continues to make survival harder. Forests disappear. Roads cut migration routes. Water becomes scarce. Human and elephant conflicts increase. Yet across the world, many people fight to protect these giants. Because losing elephants would mean losing something extraordinary. Not just another animal, but one of Earth's greatest survivors. So what is an elephant really? A giant? Yes. A survivor? Absolutely. But maybe it is something more. A creature of memory. A protector of family. A symbol of strength mixed with gentleness. From the tiny calf struggling to stand for the first time, to the old giant walking slower under the weight of age. The elephant lives a life filled with love, danger, learning, struggle, and survival. And maybe that is why people feel something special when they look into an elephant's eyes. Because behind those eyes lives an ancient story. A story of memory, of family, of loss, of survival against impossible odds. The elephant may be one of the strongest animals on Earth, but perhaps its greatest strength has never been power.